As a former teacher in St. George and a passion to help, Cami Parker started Global Education Philanthropists in the year 2000, shortly after her battle against cancer. Cami's global mission is strategically fighting child sex trafficking through education.
I realized I wanted the kids to have information, just like I would as a teacher, so that they could actually be empowered for themselves.
Part of that mission includes educating healthcare workers who can help to identify victims. Cami Parker's passion for educating against the horrific crimes of human trafficking became evident after a trip to Haiti, where she discovered a 2-year-old in the arms of strangers.
And that baby looked like she was 9 months old. And there were Haitian men waiting for her and her mom. And I didn't know how to rescue her. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what the heck to do. But because a doctor came with me, he was able, and she, there's two of them, able to identify this baby. And we were able to contact someone in the village that was able to get her out. Since then, we've brought doctors back to villages and they've identified victims almost 100% of the time that we're there. From 13 years old to, adults that need help, but they don't know how else to get out. And so by the time I'm done with this presentation, I hope that you understand, you have a really special job. I know that you do, but...
Speaking to healthcare workers at Family Healthcare Clinic in St. George, Parker shared how traffickers use many different tactics to control their victims, including physical threats to harm them or their families.
Manipulate them and give them a false something, right? So if it's our kids here in Utah, or adults, I guess, I'm going to give you a modeling job. They reach out to them on Instagram. They offer them, some false hope, or maybe you'll see people that they don't have their passports.
However, they may also bring them into healthcare clinics when they need medical care as well. That's why it's crucial that healthcare providers know the signs of what to watch out for and how to get them help if it appears something is wrong.
We do have aftercare centers here in St. George, but all throughout the states, there's a network of people that just work together, right? So if you end up having to call 911 or something, telling them you have human trafficking, suspicion, you can also always text the word that spells out be free, the numbers that spell out be free. If you just text that, you can text anything. You could text help, you could text hi, whatever. That's Homeland Security's direct line for reporting human trafficking.
And we're wanting to raise awareness of our providers so they feel confident identifying and then reporting and knowing that they're doing the right thing, they're not breaking any law.
Once you start noticing the signs and then really getting yourself familiar with it, they have an opportunity to identify more victims because they're hidden in plain sight in our communities. So,
whether victims are trafficked for sex or for labor, Parker says we have to be aware that it happens in nearly every community. But to stop it, we need to see it, talk about it, and work together for change.
We have to just focus on the next one we can help. And the unpopular answer, but the real answer, is we have to stop the demand for it.
Parker says social media and online pornography are the biggest threats to children.
For example, Utah just put a ban on Pornhub or something, right? And so, not a ban, but you have to verify or something, do all that. You have to do all sorts of things to be able to access Pornhub itself. That's awesome, but it's just, there's a myriad of other websites behind it.
Parker believes parents need to be more open with their children about these dangers and put safeguards on social media so they don't become victims.
I always encourage parents to install Bark. You know what Bark is? Bark's an app that can kind of help keep your kids safe.
And it's not just a big city problem. Utah and several other states received Fs in how they view the problem in the TIP report.
We're not the only state that got an F. Lots of states got an F. It's just kind of a flashlight, a big old light on the fact that we need to be talking about keeping our kids safe online. We need to be talking about this sexual assaults that are happening in our community and be more vigilant and looking out. I would say stop what you're doing, put your screens down, and interact with your kids.
If it feels wrong to you, if it feels strange, if it looks strange, if there's evidence of abuse, we want to report.
Cami will soon be coming out with a documentary on Netflix of her missions and has 4 books relating to the topic. So far, she's helped 113 victims escape the horror. It's organizations like this and help from the public that are making a difference.
Because we all have a different circle of influence, right? Whether it's your patients, whether it's your students, whether it's your kids, everybody needs to know.
If you are a victim or need help, call the National Human Traffic Hotline at 1-888-373-7888. In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.